All right, let's go ahead and start with number 28. Write the first 5 terms of the sequence, find the common ratio, write the nth terms. We've got 3 things to do here. Our first term is 25. And then we're going to multiply by negative 3/5. Again, this says take a term, multiply it by negative 3/5. We get the next term. So let's take that first term, multiply it by negative 3/5. That's going to give us a negative. Again, multiplying by 3/5 is division by 5, multiplication by 3, in either order. So we can go 25 times 3 divided by 5, or I can go 25 divided by 5 times 3, which is usually easier. So I'm going to go 25 divided by 5 is 5, times 3 is 15. So that's my next term. Multiply that by negative 3/5 makes it a positive. Divide that by 5 gives us 3, times 3 is 9. Divide that by 5 gives me 9 over 5, times 3 is 27 over 5. Multiply by negative makes it positive, divided by 5 makes that over 25, times 3 makes that 81. In each term, we multiply by negative 3/5 to get the next term, so that's our R value, and our AN is equal to A1 times R to the n minus 1. So 5 terms, R value, and AN. Finding the nth term of the geometric sequence, find the sum of the first 20 terms. So again, our formula is going to be S20 is going to be A1 times 1 minus R to the 20 over 1 minus R. So all I need is A1 and my R value. So since we're given consecutive terms, again, the R value is what do we do to 6 to get 1? Or R is always the ratio of a term to the previous term. So A4 is 1, A3 is 6. So already I've got to figure out what R is, or A1 is in just a second. But I have 1 minus 1/6 to the 20th over 1 minus 1/6. Now to get A1, if these are my terms, 1, 6, this would be A2, and this would be A1, we can just go ahead and work our way back up the chain by multiplying by 6. So by 6 gives me 36. By 6 again gives me 216. Go ahead and plug all of that into the calculator, and we will get, for number 29, 259.2. Number 30, well, we are given A1 and we are given R. So we can jump right in and say the 20th sum, partial sum will be A1 times 1 minus 0.2 to the 20th over 1 minus 0.2. Plug that right into the calculator, gives us 6.25. Let's take a couple more over here. 31 to 33, find the sum. So again, the formula for this was we needed that summation to be 1. So we are going to have an issue right here where the n is 0, so we'll address that. And this one here is okay. So we are all set to jump right into it. The sum, our A1 value, if I plug in 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 3 to the 0 is 1. My R value is the base of that exponential, so that R value is going to be 3. And our n is 5. That's how many terms we are adding up. So S5 is going to be the first term times 1 minus 3 to the 5th over 1 minus 3. Put that out, that comes up to be 121. For number 32, we have to peel off that 0th term separately. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in 0 here. 1.08 to the 0 gives us 1 times 400 is 400. So A0 is 400. So I have to keep that separate. And then what we'll be doing is we'll be adding the sum, starting now with 1 and still going up to 5, of 400 times 1.08 to the n. So now my first term, if I plug in 1, I get 400 times 1.08. My R is the base of the exponential, 1.08, and my n is going to be 5. So my fifth partial sum is going to be that 400 plus A1, 400 times 1.08 times 1 minus R to the N over 1 minus R. Do all that out, we get 2,934.4. Now, I have no problem really with using a calculator on the quiz. So at this point in time, if you want to plug it in, you can go ahead and do that and verify that you do get 2,934.4. And the final one here. Again, we are all set, so let's go ahead and do that. Our first term, if I plug in 1, I get 20. My R value is 0.2. My N value is 15. So my S15 is going to be A1 times 1 minus 0.2 to the 15th over 1 minus 0.2. And we get, for that, 25. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and say these last two. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll do those last two. It won't take so long. Find the sum of the infinite series. So again, if it's an infinite series, the first thing is this base must be less than 1. Okay, or the absolute value must be less than 1. So either it's between -1 and +1. So we are good here. So for this, all I need is A1, which is 6, and R is 1/3. So then the sum, there's no subscript here because it's infinite. The sum is going to be A1 over 1 minus R. 1 minus 1/3 is 2/3. Dividing by 2/3 is multiplying by 3/2. I get 18 over 2, which is 9. Plug in 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 1/10 of the 0 is 1, times 1.3 is 1.3, and R is 1/10. So our sum, 1.3, actually let me scratch that out, it's 1.3 over 1 minus 1/10. 1 minus 1/10 is 9/10. So I get 1.3 times 10 over 9. Multiplying by 10 is very easy, just moves the decimal over. So we get 13 over 9 as an answer. And that's it for the review. Wish you the best of luck on the quiz. Study hard.